trees.
Welcome back to the channel. We are actually getting ready to head to Rocky Mountain Race Week. I'm not competing in it. We failed. We're late. Fact of it is, we just need more time. So if you didn't see yesterday's video, the day before's video, the last thing that this thing really needed was to get tuned. I was tuning it. I could have technically made it to the Bandamere event, but I was driving it around here on 6 pounds of boost. I was dropping fuel pressure. It was dropping from 43 to about 20, less than 20 pounds of fuel pressure while we were doing it. I think there's maybe an issue with this fuel tank or an issue with Fox body fuel tanks. We ended up swapping the fuel pump out for the D2Works 400, so put a new fuel pump in it, checked the fuel filter, made sure it wasn't backwards, did a bunch of other like random little things to try to do it, added like 100% of fuel to it, like in the table, and it literally didn't do anything. It still ran out of fuel. I've already talked to D2Works and they are sending out a fuel surge tank. So we should be able to get that all fixed up. As of right now, I'm gonna go ahead and cruise this thing over to Pueblo Motorsports Park, which is their second to last stop. Their next stop is gonna be Kansas, Great Bend, Kansas, where they started, which is where we would have started, but that would have been like 5 days ago or something like that. 4 days ago, technically. It runs and drives just fine on the road. You can roll into it a little bit, hit like 4 pounds of boost, and it's okay, but as soon as you stay in it for a little while, it's like it's sucking that, there's like a bowl in there. It's like it's sucking it dry. I'm gonna cruise out there, hang out with everybody, go pick up Jamie here in a little bit once we have somebody go watch the kids, and then we're gonna go hang out for a little bit. So I'm gonna go catch up with everybody on race week, see their builds, see their projects, and go from there. All right, so this thing's been driving really good. Drives really great. It's just when you get it into boost, it's just a little bit lean. But look at this, tranny temp, about 152, 180 coolant temp. It cruises around like 82 miles an hour at like 2,100 RPM. It's a great daily. The Fox body brother up there. It shifts into fourth quite a bit. Gonna pull her down into third so that way the torque converter quits like locking and unlocking. Boys, we just got here, pulling through the pits. I seen a lot of these guys driving earlier. Just crazy, all the trailers and all the cool setups they got. Had super FOMO earlier, man. I was just like, I wish we would have got this thing close to being done. So this right here, this is another, 8-second car in 8 days?
Yep, 9-0 the first time out, yeah.
So similar builds. We basically built this one once we finally had all the parts in like 8 days.
Yep.
That's pretty much what it was.
Yep.
So you got their notch over here, mine's over there. But tell me about this thing real quick.
Dude, it's a blast. I mean, I've always had like super detailed, nice, painted, every powder coat, everything cars, but we threw it together with mainly a bunch of stuff we had laying around. Of course, we have a little bit more stuff laying around than most people.
Yeah.
But use what we knew from the past. I've built a bunch of Mustangs over the years, and just been a fun car to beat on and keep learning and try and do new things. So
yeah, Doug right here, he's the owner of Motion Raceworks. They make a bunch of cool parts all made here in America. Yeah, he had a really nice Nova like 2 years ago on Race Week.
Yep.
Blew it up before it, ended up driving a Crown Vic. Yeah, they decided they did this bone stock bottom end Coyote in this thing. What tranny is it?
It's just got a 180 first gear power glide, so real basic deal. I like to run the power glides on this stuff because if it breaks, they're easy to find parts for.
Yeah.
So that's kind of our motivation here, but the Coyote's been phenomenal. Like, no issues. It runs strong, doesn't smoke, doesn't have any issues.
And this is your first Coyote motor that you've ever messed with?
Yeah, never really messed with a Coyote before.
So you got 84 mil.
Yeah.
Right?
We started with a 76 and then we put the 84 on it. So these Coyotes move too much air to have a small turbo on them. So.
Yeah. Well, it looks good. Turned out really nice. And I've already seen this car before. You guys made it to FL2K. That was your whole plan with it.
Yeah.
Was get it done in 8 days to hopefully run an 8-second pass at FL2K. Since then, how fast has it been?
We've been 820 in the quarter prior to this week, and then we've been 520 in the 8th. So 520 in the 8th is probably close to like an 8.0. So
yeah,
it's getting closer to a 7-second pass now. So
yeah, I was like watching some of your guys' videos. I'm like, because I've never built a Fox body before, never did any like rear-wheel drive drag stuff pretty seriously. So I was just like watching your thing. I was like, okay, what did they do for the axle? What did they do for the cage? What did they do for this thing? You know, like going through the list. Come check out mine. I want.
Yeah, let's go see it, dude.
I'm pretty proud of what we did. All right, so
dude, the patina is perfect on this thing.
I love it, and it's like so clean too. Where do they normally rust at? everywhere?
Just, you know, your typical fenders, the torque boxes, underneath, you know, like
This thing's
where
like
the
spotless.
subframe is. Yeah.
Like
that's
spotless all over it.
probably worth a lot of money. These rollers are getting hard to find.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, you just sold that one to Cletus, right?
Yeah, yeah. He's got my white one now. So.
Well, I had this thing listed for $3,000, how it was. Like,
I'm sure people want it.
complete, and I had a bunch of people interested in it, and then people would offer me like 500 bucks. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, we ended up putting it together pretty good. Obviously, pretty basic setup with, you know, stock intake manifold, all that.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of the hot side though, what we did with that.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about these Fox bodies. You can ride them with an LS right underneath the balancer, and it just keeps
Yeah.
all the hot stuff away from you.
So
Yeah, this thing's cool, dude.
yeah, I'm excited to keep kind of dialing it in. We got the BC coilovers on it. They just pretty much came out with those things. And then what cage did you guys go with?
Midwest chassis.
Midwest. So we did the Morfab
Yeah, he's over there.
chassis.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, I was gonna go talk to him here in a little bit.
Yeah, it turned out really nice.
But yeah, it's crazy because it was just 100% stock as a shell, basically.
Yep.
And then we just put it all in. I did the 35 spline with a strange kit. What else should I do in the rear? It has an anti-roll bar in it. And
You
some,
got the torque boxes, I can see that.
Yeah.
So that's really it, man. I mean, a good set of shocks goes a long ways on these things, but beyond
so
that,
as far as adjustability, what do you need as far as that?
I always run Mentor Motorsport stuff, but I know you said you have BC stuff.
Yeah.
So just,
They're more set up for like road course drift type of stuff.
Yeah.
Road course or, you know, yeah, drifting. So I'm not sure as far as if I need to change anything because they have a bunch of different options for valving and adjustments and all that stuff. So
yeah, it's probably one of those things you gotta try out. Surprisingly, this Fox body stuff just works really well.
just however it is.
You'd be surprised how well you can just come out of the box and run really well with it. So.
Yeah, we did cam and injectors and
Where did you get that shifter from?
the
83
Terminator.
or what?
An
Is that
1983.
1983 shifter? Or what is it?
I got on Holly, and I just like was looking at their transmission stuff, and I was like selected the box of what works with a 4L80, and
Fits
that's
the
it.
seats, I guess.
It
Very
does kind of fit
correct,
the
yeah.
seats. I mean, I've never had a shifter like that before, so I mean, I guess it does look like it's from 1983. What would you recommend? What would I put in there?
Well, Motion Raceworks might have one here pretty soon, so
Okay.
we'll put you up with a little nicer unit.
I think we need one of those Motion Raceworks,
The wing for the back, yeah.
the wing, and
I
then
bet you're gonna need a parachute soon too.
probably a parachute soon
Yeah,
too.
with that turbo.
We need a parachute and a trailer mount,
Yeah, you can interchange them. That's what
Yeah.
we do. So.
and then maybe a catch can
Yep.
because we need a catch can
That
setup.
wide open,
Yeah, it's do they like that or no?
so it'll start shooting oil off. That.
Yeah, it was just one of those things where it came down to like the last like 2 days where it was like we have
What's important, what's not. Yeah.
well we just have like too much stuff to do where it was just overwhelming.
Honestly,
But
you can just connect these with some rubber hose over to a catch can for now.
yeah.
It's real simple. That's better than nothing.
Yeah, I was gonna run them to a bottle if we are able to do it, but
Yeah.
well, I'm excited to see El
Like it,
Toro
man.
run, and I'm gonna
work.
I'm gonna bring this thing to the Friday Night Drags is here every Friday night,
Oh, okay. Cool.
so I'm gonna just bring it and dial it in, and then
Yep.
do some cool stuff.
Be perfect.
Yep. This is another cool car I'm excited to see run. It's R35 GTR, makes like 2,000 horsepower, and he's been taking it on race week. He's so sick. This is one of the cars that I really liked when in 2019 when I brought the Supra on. So it's a Volvo wagon, really sick looking. It's got a little blower on it. Really rad setup, and I don't know if he tows a trailer or not, but you could put a bunch of stuff in there. I think it does have a trailer hitch on it. Everything on race week is super cool.
Yeah, I have a Gen 3 gear on the back. I don't have a pickup.
Hi guys, so we got some good news. My buddy Matt right here.
What's up?
I haven't asked him if I can make a pass yet, and he was talking to the guy Matt who runs this thing. He's like, hey, has Trevor talked to you yet? He's like, no.
He said, get down here, come tech it, let's go.
So I think, when do you think I'll be able to make a pass? Now or later? Or?
Soonish. When
Soonish.
there's a break in between, they're gonna let road weekers and other people go. So
Nice. Hell yeah. I'm stoked. Finally get to see it. We get to see it come together, buddy.
I'm excited.
See what it does on 6 pounds of boost. I'm gonna watch the air fuel and make sure it doesn't go lean. I hope. If it does, I'm gonna let out of it. It's only 6 pounds.
Hammer down.
It's only 6 pounds. My boy's just going through tech. What cam is it? I think it's gonna pass. Stage 3. 6'8" at 209. That's ridiculous. All right, so we're basically waiting for the staging lanes to open up. Now that technically I'm going to be doing a pass with like the road wakers, we have to wait until everybody kind of does their pass. But the crazy thing about the race week is obviously that like you pretty much have to bring everything with you. There's this guy that has been following along for the past 2 years. He has this portable car hoist. And so what these guys are using it as, I don't know if they used it to pull the engine or what they're doing. But how you guys doing?
Well, you can see that.
What happened?
Torched ahead and took the block with it.
Oh, does it like just smoke the block? Is it?
No, it torched the head that bad. It just melted the side of the block too.
I put the 2 on and then he came back.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Melted it. And took the block with it. Where's it at? Right on the other side of the block. Sweet. That's crazy. Well, good luck, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy. I mean, this truck looks like it's set up to go pretty quick. It's got a parachute. It's got a rear mount radiator. It's got a pretty serious turbo setup. That's a thing that LSs do, is they do like blow out head gaskets and they like torch the heads. Wasn't running right that whole time. Like as soon as I let off the line, it was like okay.
It left on no boost.
No boost, and then it just like when it shifted to second, it felt okay, and then as soon as it got into third, it was just like whoa, like it was like I let off the gas. Like
Wonder why. How was AFRs?
The AFRs looked okay, but I think it was just learning. Like the learning table.
Is it still in
right.
the learning process? Yeah. Can you close that out, or is it?
Technically, yeah. Because I was almost thinking if I do not 100% throttle, but I do like 60% throttle like I've been doing on the street.
So did you try and leave on 100% throttle right there?
That was 100%.
With no boost.
Looked slow.
Oh, it felt slow.
Yeah.
It was a 234 65.
But the other day it looked fast.
But it did.
Like on the street.
Yeah, on the street. I mean, on the street, this thing feels insane.
Yeah.
On 6 pounds, like not insane, but it
The
feels like.
issue here is you're up against the time. So like when you see your time, like oh shit, it's slow, but
Yeah.
John, are you ready?
I'm ready, but this is gonna be
So what do you think of my first pass?
I think it needs some more fine tuning.
It-
I knew you were gonna go out there and baby it. I knew you were gonna go out there.
Well, I gave it
actually,
100%, like
Yeah?
the whole time, and it didn't
I didn't
respond.
like it. Yeah, it just needs to be tuned a little bit better.
But right now, probably the drag race of the night. So Matt, the guy who runs this thing, he just basically set the track record for a door car at 6'8" at 209. And then now the Larson, which this used to be, I think, the fastest car on the race week. This thing has like 4,000 horsepower and AC.
Wild.
And like the backup camera works and like all kinds of crazy stuff. So they're gonna race each other, which I'm pretty stoked.
It might be a
And
little-
so we're gonna see, and hey, the horn works. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
He just gave us a toot. And the Camaro are gonna give each other a race. giving her the beans. Wonder if he's gonna have to change his pants after that. That was some wheel speed. That was 3rd gear.
Wild.
That's what the Ranger was trying to do to me the other day. .724 at 158 and 762 at 189.
Something popped.
Something popped. It's just crazy because the last pass, he literally was like effortless.
Yeah,
and he did that 209.
Yeah.
And it slowed down like
What speed was? What time was this 209 pass?
209.
No, what time?
680.
680. Yeah.
680. Look at this. This is like a 2,000 horsepower GTR.
Yeah, I see.
A 2.360 foot. We're picking up some power. Yeah, I like tried to pedal it. It was like 5 pounds, airflow was good. It just didn't feel like it was doing anything. It was just like, woo, like, I bet NA it would have felt faster. Like, it was just NA. But, it sounds cool. We made it pass. We made it kind of to race week, but not really. So I don't know. Alright guys, so made it home to the house with this thing. It runs good on the street, like it feels pretty good on the street, but I can definitely tell like driving it back. Here I got in it and kind of did a pull and it just doesn't feel as strong as it felt the other day. I don't know why.
That's nice.
It rips.
Sounds
like,
cool.
The turbo sounds cool. I mean, it sounds like an absolute monster. It's gonna be here soon. So Deechworks is sending out a surge tank that will be here Friday, and then there is Friday night drags. But honestly, I'd like to get it tuned. Actually dial it in before we go back and have another thing like that. But at least we were able to kind of go to race week, hang out with everybody, and you know, see their builds and see all the stuff, and kind of give me some ideas for next year. Or not next year, 2.0. So I'm gonna try to make it to Rocky Mountain Race Week 2.0 with this thing or the Civic or both, or I don't know what we're gonna do. But that's in a couple months from now. But that'll give us a chance to like actually prep this thing, get it ready to rip, and actually take it out there. So what do you think, Jamie?
Thought you did a great job, you and John.
Did you miss me this week?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I miss Jamie a little bit too.
Yeah.
So
It's not
yeah.
a failure, it's just room for improvement.
Yeah, I mean, now we have a baseline. We have some data to compare it to, and we're gonna figure out this fuel pressure issue, whatever it is. I mean, I literally think that the tank is just flat, and there's like a big hump, and when I filled it up, it doesn't fill up. I don't know if I explained that theory, but basically the tank is flat, it goes up. That's where the fuel pump is, and there's like a shelf, like a little bowl that it sits in. So when I filled it up, I think it filled up to that level. It sucks it dry, and then it refills really slow. I think that's what it is. That's my assumption. But let's get in a surge tank. We're gonna figure this thing out. We're gonna put it on E85 now that we're not actually gonna be driving it on the street as much. We're still gonna drive it on the street, but get it dialed in. We're gonna rip it.
I'm just happy I got to see it go down the track.
Yeah, I mean, me too. I'm glad it was able to go down the track too, because
Everyone's hard work.
yeah, Trevi's hard work. But appreciate you guys watching this video. See you in the next one.